Oh, it's gonna be a temptress. A murderous temptress.
With a computer and a printer. Alright, so we'll just start talking about Net.games, or as it should probably properly be pronounced, Net.g, because it's spelt Net.g @mes.
When was this made?
2003, I think I saw.
So
the internet at this point exists and is well into people's homes, but we're still in the kind of Windows 98 phase of the internet, I suppose.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
People haven't quite realized that the internet is not really cinematic yet. Well, it still isn't really very cinematic. People still sit and hack on computers, and they can't really make it interesting. They make little like 3D bubbles that pop up with the text, but that's about it.
That's so creative.
You just can't make the internet something that is interesting. You know, back in the 90s, they tried with like a sort of a lawnmower man approach of going into the 3D space.
What was the Michael Douglas
Disclosure, where they show him sort of going into the files of the company in a 3D form, and then Demi Moore walks around as like a 2D poster.
Oh my God, she's in the system.
But Net.games is different. Net.games is essentially like a film PSA.
It did actually remind me a fair bit of Disclosure, or like someone trying to allude to that.
Yeah, well, the main movie that it's taking all of its stuff from is Basic Instinct. So the movie sort of starts with a woman who is chatting with
someone on the internet.
Over the internet, who's sitting in his office naked.
Yes, you're so wet.
Oh, it's gonna be a temptress. A murderous temptress.
With a computer and a printer. Her setup is amazing. She's got 5 or 6 screens.
She's got a lot. Candles everywhere.
In a very, very dangerous setup.
There's Greek pillars everywhere too.
Greek pillars everywhere.
Some of them have candles
in front of this raging fireplace that kind of looks almost dangerous as well.
It's like the cover of a romance novel.
Yeah. She's supposed to be a serial internet sex predator. And we see her hook up with this guy at the beginning.
She asks him, do you want to come meet me in real life?
Which he does. And they end up on a bed in a complete Basic Instinct scene ripoff.
What the hell are you doing?
So jumpy. Relax.
She cuffs him and takes out a knife, not an ice pick as it was in Basic Instinct.
No, it's like a hunting knife.
Yeah. And we then meet our main character.
Our main man, our boy.
Yeah. I looked up who this guy was because he looked kind of familiar to me. See, Thomas Howell was in E.T. He's, in fact, I think he's the one that actually says the terms extraterrestrial.
As an extraterrestrial.
And he is also in the movie The Outsiders.
Ponyboy.
Which I've seen The Outsiders, but all I can really remember, other than it being directed by Coppola, is that it's the movie in which Tom Cruise still has his original teeth. So...
See Thomas Howell.
He does show up in some things. He's been in, like, Walking Dead, I think.
There you go. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a hardworking actor. I respect that.
Thank you, sir. I'll do my best.
Go get my heroin and my hypodermic needle, bitch. Give me some more watermelon while you're at it.
Yes, dear.
White fat ass slut.
You can't have Hollywood without a C. Thomas Howell.
Can we just call him Ponyboy?
All right, so Ponyboy. Well, Ponyboy is at home with his friend.
He's got his best buddy.
Well, they're having dinner as two couples.
Best buddy's wife.
Coffee. Would you like some coffee? Yeah. Coffee. Yes. No. Okay, follow me.
When the wives head to the kitchen to do the dishes, that's when the boys, they get real.
Well, all I really caught when we first watched it was that he was sexually frustrated.
Sex? Not yet. Good God.
Now, I thought that was just a function of marriage or something like that, but the reason that she's not sexually active with him at the moment is because, and I quote, months earlier, she was sexually attacked. His main concern is that she doesn't sleep with him in the months after.
This will be over soon, I promise.
I hope so. This is killing me.
I really appreciate you being patient.
Patience? Yeah. I'm about to lose my mind.
So right away, Ponyboy is not very sympathetic.
Yeah, I know.
The thing that should happen is he should have some sympathy.
You
with
could
his
have
wife.
sympathy. You could be understanding.
Be understanding, and you could say, you know what? It'll take some time. But instead, his friend tells him about
Online sex chat.
and says it's really cool because you can just click everywhere.
You don't like that chick? Click. You don't like her? Click, 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 whatever. You don't like them all? Just one click, you log off, you never hear from them again.
So he decides that he's going to join a online chat, which of course is going to lead to meeting up with this. What do we call her?
He calls her Angel. That's her
Angel.
online screen
Yes,
name.
that's right.
So the way the film depicts their online world is that they're typing away, but they're also saying out loud what they're typing.
Which is not how computers work.
Just exactly how do you enjoy your women?
I'm very generous with my tongue.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
She asks for his phone number. He has a slight bit of internal panic, and then he realizes, okay,
Fuck it.
which is, I guess, the inciting incident because it allows her to then start hacking his entire life.
Yeah, she's able to steal photos of him, which I guess are stored on his computer. She's able to gain access through the internet, which at that point it was dial-up.
Do you really want to see what I look like?
His entire life is on a Windows 98 computer. She says, send me a photo. And he goes, oh, okay. And then the only photo he can find is of him and his wife. So he rips the photo in half.
And sends the half.
And sends the half of himself walking. The photo looks bizarre. It's like a photo taken by a paparazzi.
Just walking down the street. What does he do with the half of the photo?
Throws
with
it
his
in the
wife?
bin?
He throws it in the bin. And at this point, she has chosen to confront her attacker in jail with the support of a lawyer or
Therapist?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's a therapist.
Who's also a blonde lady who looks a lot like Angel.
And has the exact same color nail polish.
So this is an intentional way to try and confuse us and make us think that this person's going to be Angel. But she meets her attacker in prison.
How's it feel,
How does what feel?
being someone else's little bitch? I heard they got you.
That cut was funny. She was like angry in one shot and then smiling in another.
Smiling.
Fucking kill you!
She looks like she's cracking up. She's about to laugh.
Meanwhile, back with Ponyboy, he has a successful pitch meeting with the Japanese shareholders. Or whatever.
They have a business meeting where they're trying to basically make some sort of financial deal with Japanese businessmen so that they can make profits.
But I will personally guarantee a boost in revenues myself. Gentlemen, we believe in it, and we believe it's the future of your company.
Thank you, Adam. Excellent job.
They finish a pitch with them, and
we at the Nagahashi Group has decided hire SFC for the campaign. Congratulations. We do have, however, one small condition. My associate and I wish to, how do you say, go out and party.
so we cut to a strip joint.
It's a kind of mediocre looking strip joint.
It's some area that they've been able to wall off, and they're all sitting in the corner, and the Japanese guy is having a lot of fun.
He's having the best time of anyone there.
That's right.
Well, no, also having a great time is the wife of the CEO. She's very interested in Ponyboy.
Well, she grabs his thigh, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So he drives her home. She tries to kiss him, and he rejects her.
He says no.
Come inside.
I don't think that would be a good idea. In fact, that would be a bad idea.
He gets home and he's got 25 voicemail messages on his answering machine. They had arranged to talk over the phone that night, but he got sidetracked because the Japanese businessman wanted to party. And he couldn't say no because it was his pitch.
She goes nuts.
Absolute fucking meltdown.
Oh, she's upset.
Oh, he stood her up.
So what, he was gonna call her? Whoa, lady. Oh my god.
She's now upset and vindictive.
Rita, who gave you this?
From a woman.
A woman? What woman? What'd she look like?
Blonde, pretty. She was wearing glasses so I didn't get a good look at her face. But why? Was there anything wrong?
Oh no, everything's fine.
She also has photos of him naked, weirdly artistic photos. It looks like it was Annie Leibovitz.
But I mean, what does that prove? He was at his laptop with no shirt on.
That's bad. That's not good.
All right.
They do get worse as they go along.
She's also got photos of him and the boss's wife, which look incriminating.
That's right. So at that point, she says, you have to come over to my house right now. And he goes, okay. Is that right?
She emotionally blackmails him into going to her house.
So he goes to her house, door is open, it's full of smoke.
By smoke, what it is artistic fog. It's part of the production
But
design.
it's so much, it looks like the house is on fire.
It's a lot.
And he finds a blonde lady tied up, I guess we're meant to think is Angel.
She looks like she's been mortally wounded, appears to be dead.
A very weird moment happens where she wakes up. But the first thing he does is not to try and help her or anything.
He's just like, ooh.
He immediately calls his weird friend.
Oh yeah, no, so she kind of wakes up. I think that's like the final death rattle, and then she's gone.
Well, he just assumes she's gone. So he calls his friend.
I mean, he could just leave.
Yeah, there's no proof that he was ever really there. But instead, he decides to call his friend, who then comes over. Once the friend is over there, they decide what to do. And of course, the answer is to bury the body.
If we get rid of the body, then the chick just goes missing. I mean, they're gonna look for her, but they're not gonna find her. You know? And if they don't have a body, they don't have a crime.
So they go and they bury her on this hilltop, and they look like they're in a very exposed space and just burying this body behind their car.
In the light of the rear taillights.
In what is clearly a reference to Goodfellas.
Oh, that's so bad.
I think the next thing that happens is he gets a phone call from her. He goes, she can't possibly be alive. So he goes to the spot where they buried her and finds that the body's gone.
I fucking buried you. You're supposed to be dead.
Au contraire, I am very much alive.
Why are you doing this to me?
You never gave me what I wanted, Adam, but your friend Ray sure did.
He learns upon arrival at his friend's very nice house that his friend is dead.
I want Ray's house. Can I have it?
Oh, he's dead, maybe.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh, is he just gonna run away now as well? Why don't you call some... Oh, okay.
He just calls the police at that point.
Of course, the lead investigator is a blonde lady.
She's a blonde lady who looks a lot like Angel.
I'm Detective Simmons.
Whoa. So this blonde lady is now investigating him, and she seems to find the photos of him at his computer, and he denies all involvement or knowledge of any of that.
But he doesn't at any point say, I want my lawyer.
No. No. Do you mind if I keep this?
His wife.
I think, the wife, intercepts some chat messages. And then he spills the beans and he tells her.
I went onto one of those sex chat websites and started talking to some woman. She started threatening me.
How'd she threaten you?
With some pictures.
What pictures?
He sits and admits to everything. Probably things he doesn't even need to admit to.
I just typed a few dirty words on my computer. Dirty words on my computer to some house. She also has a picture of me kissing Cindy Fielding. I mean, she was naked in front of my computer. I found a dead woman.
What? And then she's a bit pissed and she runs off to her friend's place. And she's being pursued by a mystery blonde woman. And she runs into her friend's house.
Who also has a blonde wig on. How many fucking blonde ladies live in this movie? What? Who is this?
Sorry, it's just...
Who is this woman?
Dunno. Doesn't matter.
And what I find really hilarious about this bit is that the friend pulls off the blonde wig to reveal that underneath she has the same blonde hair.
Blonde hair. Which again doesn't make any sense.
We don't know what she was doing. She's like, I'm just fooling around.
If we never find out anything more about that, this woman is just following her with a blonde wig and a knife. So we cut back to Ponyboy. And he thinks that somebody might be in the house, but then...
The cop's just in his house.
Jesus! You scared the hell out of me.
Shit, how do you think I feel?
And it's like, well, I don't know, how do you feel? You're in my house.
You should get some rest. You look like shit.
Thank you. That's very kind.
His wife.
She spends the night with her friend and then she comes back to Ponyboy's house. She decides everything's fine and all is forgiven.
I'm sorry I walked out on you. I just needed some time to think.
At which point they sort of join forces and she decides that she's gonna start chatting.
Let's beat this bitch at her own game.
And she's like really good at chatting.
Yeah, she's an expert.
So she lures Angel in to meet up with her.
Don't worry, Angel. I want to play.
That's a good boy. See you in an hour.
So she dresses like a fisherman.
She dresses up as like Columbo going fishing.
Yes.
She's got the trench coat, but she's got a bucket hat on too.
I can take care of myself.
I'm going with you.
No, I want to do this on my own. This bitch has to pay for what she did.
He stays at home. She goes to meet her, and when she meets up, it's some sort of weird decoy lady.
You're not Alexander. Shut up! Please don't hurt me! It's not so fun, is it, Angel? You still want to play a game?
She says something like, I don't know, I was just told to meet someone up here and...
Oh my god, Adam!
They got her out of the house so that they could get to him.
Yeah, but who's...
They're a collective.
So it's like there's a blonde cabal. So we're trying to pick out just which one of these blonde ladies is going to be the one. Now, I think from the moment that she stepped in, I thought it was the investigator.
I'm Detective Simmons.
It'll be the investigation woman. She'll be like, "You've been a naughty boy, and
You've been a bad boy, Adam."
boys, you know, something like that.
Show me your fucking face!
Really weird thing that happens though is that he gets attacked by this lady who doesn't really look like the one we've seen at the computers.
Who the fuck are you?
Now, you've been a very bad boy, Adam.
You called it.
Fucking A, told ya. Bad boy always comes up in this sort of stuff. She attacks him.
She fucks him up pretty good.
Yeah, why didn't you go for the knife, you moron? Why'd you go for a neck?
I don't appreciate that kind of cut.
Yeah, epileptic cut.
A seizure cut.
You've been a very bad boy! You're not playing my game right, okay? You've been cheating!
She's just a crazy random lady.
I guess so.
That's it.
Alright.
Alright, so the twist is there's no twist. She's just insane.
Don't make me mad anymore, okay? Stop it.
She sort of rides on top of him for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna get another Basic Instinct sesh.
You then get the wife coming home.
And it's a very unflattering girl-on-girl fight.
You're trying to ruin my game!
What's wrong? Can't three play your game?
I'll fucking kill you!
Oh, that's
God.
flattering.
Get out! My own fucking website is called dieyouBitch.net.
Throw through.
Oh my god.
Wow, she's got some strength in it. That is like the toughest glass screen in the world. I suppose maybe there's an arc here. She was attacked at the beginning of the film, and in the end,
She finds her strength.
She finds her strength to push someone's head through a computer monitor.
She has the most character development.
She has the most character development probably of any of them. I think Ponyboy goes from wanting sex to not wanting sex
to
saying it's too much sex.
wanting sex with his wife.
Yes. Well, what he wants to do initially is to sleep with his wife, and then he can't do that for a couple of months. And as a result of that, he goes crazy on the internet and gets stalked by a sex fiend, and then ends up saying, you know what, I don't want to do that, and I'm okay with not doing that. So that's sort of an arc.
Lost his best friend in the process.
Well, the police show up and it's all kind of a happy ending, I guess. And I was waiting for this to drop at what point we were going to get the twist that it was actually the cop all along, which would not go anywhere to explain who the fake angel lady was.
Yeah, it turns out the cop is not involved that we know of.
Well, we don't know, but at the very end, she drops a line when she walks away, where she says something like,
Stay golden, Ponyboy.
Oh, I think you better keep a close eye on him. I know how he likes to play games.
And that's the final line, which I guess is meant to make us think that she is the one who did it, but none of that would explain why the crazy blonde lady was crazy and in his house and tried to kill him and the wife. So anyway, that was the end of Net.g or Net.g. Awful film.
I enjoyed watching it.
Let's try and find something good in it. I suppose it's warning people that you can be stalked through the internet and that internet chat is not a sufficient substitute for a good, healthy marital sex life.
I believe what the movie's trying to say is that wives need to always put out.
Even after being assaulted. It's clearly a film that's trying to capitalize on
internet paranoia.
Internet paranoia. I guess a somewhat recent sort of erotic thriller genre push that had happened with Basic Instinct and other movies like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And package all of that up.
And that's a wrap for Net Games.
Thank you. Definitely thank you. That was incredible.